Oh gosh, here we go. The gold. What? What can't be true? The castle was called Wewelsburg. It had been bought by Himmler, commander of the SS, and from what I heard, it had been used as the watering hole of some crappy occult club for the elites. Obviously, most of us weren't part of it. Lord Hadrich and Mercurius were the exceptions. They'd been there since it was active, and now the place belonged only to them. They touched true arcane and worked on real sorcery, letting them rise above the fashion occultists make the supernatural manifest and create the obsidian. You know what that means, don't you? Basically, the castle was no longer normal by that point. It didn't even belong to reality anymore. Sure, I was at Paderborn because it was close to Wewelsburg, but it actually didn't matter at all. Spaces that escaped the laws of the world destroyed the concepts of distance and coordinates. It meant that the unworthy couldn't enter even if they spent a century trying, while those invited could come even if they were on the other side of the world. Well, no one had actually tried it, but I was certain I was right. The castle was just that big of a deal. Remember what I said about creating another world in this reality and the implications of that? Yeah, exactly. The castle was Lord Hadrich's creation figment, and just like I explained, they can't remain active for long. Even transcendence, which doesn't influence much of the outside world, can be kept up for a few hours at most, while for hegemonies the amount is only a few dozen minutes, if not less. Though I did say my creation figment was cheap to uphold, it didn't stray far from those limits. Basically, maintaining a creation figment is hard as hell. Hell, it's a single person's craving versus the world. Of course, it ain't a walk in the park. That was exactly why Lord Hadrich's castle was on a whole nother level. Despite being a prime example of a hegemony, by this point, it had been active for almost 2 whole months, and it didn't even show any signs of fate. Yo, this man is a god. Back then, I really didn't know what that meant, but it works to explain why he was such an immense entity to us. The man was charisma given human form. A single interaction with him was enough to change a person beyond recognition. No one could escape his influence. This man is a god, dude. I always believed that, fervently so, and was exactly why... Oh gosh, here we go, the gold. What can't be true? That was exactly why the thing we'd been told once we arrived at the castle surprised me so much. I was completely taken aback. Lord Hadrich, sitting atop his throne, was as extraordinary as always, and basking in his glorious presence made his words even harder to believe. The others probably felt the exact same way. Oh, whew! Yo, I thought he was gonna say kill Claudia. I'm like, damn, yo, we got some problems if that's the case. Absconded? Oh gosh, here we go. It goes without saying that we weren't the types to be hurt by betrayal, so we were just bewildered by the impossible turn of events. Imagine seeing the sun rise from the west. That's how we felt. Turning one's back on Lord Hadrich was bad enough already, but there was an extra factor that made it even more unbelievable. Well, he is a snake, so... Though only barely, I could actually accept that he'd just run away, but the fact that he'd actually escaped from Lord Hadrich left me at a loss of words. I felt like the world had turned upside down. Not only that, but the gold himself was smiling in a self-deriding manner, as if he actually believed that he'd been outwitted. A wave of unrest overwhelmed us all. We felt like we were in a nightmarish fever dream.
私を何だと思っている？別に全知全能などではないのだぞ。見えぬことはあるし、違えることも当然ある。中とは盲目的になることでは。
Or is it because he's had his hegemony up for so long that he missed it?
あの神父はかつて私の肉体と同調した生産杯の資格者だ。すなわち私に化けられるものだと言っていい。
I forgot that that's not what freaking Kristoff originally looked like.
故に見逃してしまったのだよ。自分のことほどわからぬものだと昔からよく言うだろう。あれはどうやら真理だな。
つまり
Then what? Oh gosh. The one to speak up first was Samuel. Though the news probably affected her more than anyone else, I couldn't feel a hint of emotion in her tone.
彼はそれを見切った上で利用したと。
Probably.
おそらく無自覚だろうよ。自分のことが分かっている。
Wow, that's interesting.
あちらも同じだ。
ではこの後、クリストフの行き先を突き止めるのは。
ああ、用意だ。その気になれば匂いでわかる。
What? Alright, guy. I can only refer to one thing. Back when Lord Hadrich faked his assassination, Kristoff resonated with his body. So regardless of whether he was conscious of it or not, he had the same scent as the gold. It wasn't a smell that I could pick up, but if the man himself said so, I could just assume that's how it worked. It made sense too. Hunters often covered themselves in the scent of their prey to keep them unaware. Kristoff could only escape Lord Hadrich because he'd done something equivalent, and I could honestly praise the bastard for that, but if he did it while unaware, it had the exact opposite effect. The guy didn't even know he was running while spreading Lord Hadrich's scent everywhere he went. He might as well have been signaling for us to find him. Because of that, I expected the problem to be solved like it didn't even exist.
とはいえ、王はしばらく好きにさせてやるし、ケイラもそう了解しろ。
What?
彼をこのまま見逃すと。
Why?
そう。しばらくはね。
Because you don't need him. That's probably why. But I expected to give an order to find him, so Lord Hadrich's word left us dumbfounded. Though most of us were already out of the army register, we still knew what kind of punishment was given to deserters. Kristoff had to die. We had to give him the ultimate lesson in discipline. There was no reason for compassion among our ranks, and Lord Hadrich wasn't the kind of person to give any.
言ったであろう。あの神父もまた自分のことを分かっておらぬ。それを気づかせるための時間が必要なのだよ。心配せずともそう長くはかからん。時期にすぐにだ。彼の処遇はその時に。
Yo, freaking Valeria Trifa is a legitimate snake though, man.
真似をせぬように。神父の渇望が熟れて落ちる瞬間を待つ。
Wow, okay. I didn't really get it, but we weren't in a position to argue. We all nodded and agreed not to pursue him. Though I didn't know Lord Hadrich's true motives, I assumed that the point of this gathering was to make sure we didn't interfere with the growth of the priest's craving. But... Okay, so this man is here. What? Okay, and what's the real reason? Mercurius, grinning as always, suddenly stopped standing around like a effing prop and moved next to Lord Hadrich. We all simultaneously raised our heads. We were wary. Every one of us knew full well that nothing this bastard ever said was good news. If the Kristoff thing wasn't the main deal here, then what was?
カチンの森を知っているかな？
Kate, oh gosh, the forest scene that I was told about that I can't go any further in a Let's Play. Sadly, I couldn't recall anything like that. The others were nodding though, and a few were making some pretty damn sour faces. I don't remember if I can, like, finish the forest scene or do I have to stop before that? Damn, thousands?
そしてカチンの森から死体がザクザク。なんか私たちの側がやったことになってるんでしょあれ。
And you didn't do it?
虐殺自体はどうでもいいけど、身に覚えのないことで文句言われるのは気に食わないわね。いや、まあ実際こっちがやったのかもしれないけれど。
状況的にはソ連の仕業としか
I really would wonder though.
その通り。しかしあちらもやすやすと認めはしない。戦時にバカバカしい
I wonder what like a relationship with Malaeus would be like. Yo, can I get a route where that happens? Come on, Light Studios, you need to make that happen, man.
故にゲッテルス教がプロパガンダをしているのだが、ここ数年は
I have a. It's weird that they even care about keeping up appearances when they're this powerful.
私としても事の真相が気にかかってはいるものの、この場に限って言えば関係ない。
We were the ones who do something about it. We all understood where he was getting at, so we made it brief.
カチンの森で怪異が続発していると。
Anomaly?
これを駆逐してもらおう。なぜとはもはや言わない。
None of us said a word in response. This was the first time we would be taking on such a mission.
消えゆく神秘の断末魔だ。カール曰く、前座の締めくくりとしては申し分ないらしい。
Why does he have his hands up like this? Like he's making. Come on, bro.
排除すべきものを排除せよ。
I would want to punch this face in the face. Yavod! We all nodded. This was a necessary mission for two primary reasons, training and prevention. Since we'd also entered the realm of the arcane, fighting others of our kind helped us understand and evolve our powers. It was also useful by removing anything that could mess up the main act that was about to begin. After all, if anything could stop us, it was other beings of the arcane. Crushing anything that could get in our way was important, and I had no intention of speaking out against the idea. Now, it was time to decide who actually went there. Well...
Babylon. K だ。あつらえ向きである。
Babylon!
期待している。
はい、受けたまわりました。
And an obvious choice. I didn't know the nature of the anomaly, but the place was a forest full of damn corpses. It was no better person for the job. Even so, I didn't feel too good about it. This was the closure to the opening performance, and just waiting around sounded hella boring. Like, come on, considering they called us all here, I hoped they would send out more than just one. Gosh, what, dude? I looked up and saw Mercury smiling at me. As always, his vast and vague appearance made my skin crawl.
お前もカチンへ行くがよい。命じられたのは先の通り。
Oh, F you, dude!
同行するなら
Jump off a bridge and kill yourself and get punched in the face.
他の者らも生きたければ志願せよ。バビロンが許す限りこれを認める。我々こそが最後かつ最強の神秘であると自負し、その気概を黄金に示したいというなら止めはせん。ということでよろしいかな。
ああ、構わん。最後の腕試しだ。存分にやるがいい。特にベイ。K にとっては意味あるものとなる。
I'm curious of what we're gonna find at the forest, dude. I felt a surge of excitement rush through my body. To be frank, by this point, I'd completely forgotten the fact that I had brought Claudia with me. Oh, right, she's here. I mean, she hasn't said a word, so I didn't even know she was here either. Wielding my fangs according to Lord Hadrich's will had always been my greatest honor and purpose in life.